Tonight, the sun will go down. You'll flip a switch without thinking. Light will fill the room instantly. But for almost all of human history, that switch didn't exist. When the sun set, the world simply disappeared. And your brain still hasn't forgotten what that felt like. You call it fear of the dark. Kids get teased for it. Adults pretend they've outgrown it. But here's the strange part. It was never really about the dark at all. Darkness itself is nothing. No shape, no danger, just an absence of light. So why does your heart still speed up in an unlit room? Why do your eyes strain toward every corner, searching for movement that isn't there? The answer starts almost 2 million years ago, on the open grasslands of Africa. Your ancestors were not the strongest animals out there. They were not the fastest either. Big cats could outrun them. Hyenas could outnumber them. And nearly everything that hunted at night could outsee them. Human eyes are built for daylight, cones for color, packed densely, tuned for a bright world. But once the sun dropped, that advantage vanished. Suddenly the predator with better night vision held all the power. Suddenly your ancestors were the ones being watched. This is where evolutionary anthropologist Charles Nunn comes in. Nunn studies sleep across hundreds of primate species, and he found something surprising. The more exposed a species sleeps, the lighter and more fragmented its sleep becomes. Prey animals don't sleep less because they need less rest. They sleep less deeply because a body in deep sleep is a body that can't react. Now think about what that means for your ancestors before fire, before walls, before locked doors. Every night was a gamble against something with better eyes and sharper teeth. The ones who slept too soundly simply didn't wake up to pass on their genes. The ones who stayed just alert enough, who startled at the snap of a branch, who kept one ear tuned to the dark, survived to have children. Generation after generation, that jumpiness got wired deeper in. Anthropologist David Sampson tested a version of this directly, studying the Hadza, a hunter-gatherer group in Tanzania who still sleep without electric light. He found their sleep naturally rotates through periods of wakefulness across the night. At almost any given hour, someone in the camp is quietly awake, watching, not because they're anxious, because their bodies are doing exactly what yours would do if you let it. You don't live on the savannah anymore. Your door has 3 locks. Your walls have never been tested by a lion, and yet your body still runs the old software, that prickling on the back of your neck in an empty parking garage, that urge to check under the bed as a child. That's not superstition, that's inheritance. Psychiatrist Randolph Nessa has a name for this kind of reaction. He calls it the smoke detector principle. Smoke detector is designed to go off far more often than there's an actual fire, because the cost of a false alarm is annoying, but the cost of missing a real fire is catastrophic. Your fear works the same way. Evolution didn't build a brain that calculates the exact odds of danger in the dark. It built a brain that overreacts every single time, because the ancestors who overreacted survived, and the ones who stayed calm sometimes didn't. So when you feel that jolt of unease flipping off the bedroom light, you're not being irrational. You're running a program written over millions of years, by ancestors who couldn't see what was hunting them and who learned that fear, more than confidence, kept them alive. Here's the twist. That fear didn't disappear once your ancestors discovered fire. It transformed. Around 100,000 years ago, controlled fire pushed back the darkness for the first time. Communities gathered in its light. And something else happened there too. Storytelling. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer groups have found that nighttime, firelit conversations are far more likely to involve myths, spirits, and warnings than daytime talk, which tends to be practical and social. The dark didn't just threaten the body, it shaped the imagination. Every culture on Earth independently invented monsters that come out at night. That's not a coincidence. That's the same ancient alarm system, translated into folklore, which brings you back to tonight. You'll turn off the light. Maybe you'll feel that same flicker of unease your ancestors felt 100,000 years ago. Staring past the edge of their firelight into the black, you'll tell yourself it's nothing. And you'll be right. There's no predator in your closet, no hyena under your bed. But the feeling isn't wrong. It's just old. Older than your house, older than your language, older than fire itself. It's the last surviving whisper of a world where the dark could actually kill you, and the ones who listened to that whisper are the reason you're here at all. So tonight, when the sun goes down and you flip that switch, notice the half second before the light comes on. That's not fear of nothing. That's 2 million years of ancestors, still standing guard.